A new bill aims to shield school resource officers from a state law that currently requires them to report students' immigration status to the feds.
Chattanooga Republican Senator Todd Gardenhire is sponsoring the bill, he says, to protect the children. The bill also lets a judge issue a $1,000 civil penalty for law enforcement agencies that don't comply. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains.
One of Republican Senator Todd Gardenhire's main goals is to keep kids safe. He says a law passed last session that requires police to report someone's immigration status to the feds does the opposite because it also applies to school resource officers reporting children. Last session, he took his concerns to the Senate floor.
Now, somebody tell me whether a 6-year-old ought to be punished like that. And that's where you're separating the children from the parents.
Gardenhire was the only Republican to vote against the bill, which passed anyway.
Without objection.
But his worries haven't gone away.
What's that resource officer going to do with a third-grade girl? Is he going to lock her up in one of the classrooms so she can't leave at night? Or is he going to stay overnight there with her? Or is he going to take her down to the county jail and put her in jail with all the other criminals? It's not a well-written bill, and it needs to be cleaned up.
Gardenhire's new bill this session would exempt SROs from having to report children's immigration status to the feds. The legislation would also require police to only report people who've been arrested for a crime. Agencies that don't comply with the reporting requirements could face a $1,000 fine if a judge decides. Gardenhire says the previous law was written by an out-of-state group motivated by money. He hopes his fellow Republican lawmakers, many focused on tightening immigration laws, will consider the kids and pass the bill.
Almost everybody in the Senate knows where my heart is on the issue of children, and I think it can be done. And if it doesn't, I'll come back next year and do the same thing.
Reporting in Nashville, Gessner.
Now, Senator Gardenhire is looking for a House sponsor. If the bill passes, it would go into effect July the 1st.